Hello, my name is Rashida Lawrence, and this is my book presentation for MOL 630 course, capstone course with Professor Sullivan. The book that I've chosen for my assignment was a book called The Truth About Leadership, The No Fads, Heart of the Matter, Facts You Need to Know. This book was co-authored by James M. Kouzes and Barry Z. Posner. These authors have been working together for the past 30 years. They've established a career that is certainly enviable for people who are interested in leadership and who are engaged in leadership. They've written many books, including the best-selling book, The Leadership Challenge, which has sold over 2 million books worldwide. They've also developed leadership and development seminars and served as leaders in various capacities. So they're accomplished individuals in their own right, and because of that reason I thought that they would be a great resource to complete this assignment. Now, at the onset, I really didn't understand what value I would receive in doing this assignment. It felt like we've done much of the same sort of thing over the past 18 months of my coursework in MOL. However, I was pleased to find that not only did I gain some new insight on leadership, but I was able to solidify my beliefs and ideals on the subject. Thankfully, it was not an exercise in futility for me. I gained quite a bit from this coursework, so thank you. So we'll continue on into a quick summary of the book and some things that I learned, and then lastly we'll go over some leadership principles that I'll take into my future leadership roles. Now, the way that the book was sectioned off was there's an introduction, which actually gives a background of the concept of the book, how they went about the research, and how it was applied throughout the principles in the book. Also, it outlines the 10 truths about leadership. Now, these are things that the authors have identified as truths that leaders will need to be effective. What leaders must know, questions that leaders must be prepared to answer, and lastly, it dealt with scenarios that a leader will likely face in a leadership capacity. Well, the first chapter, of course, would be dealing with the first truth, which is you make a difference. Before you can lead, you have to lead yourself and believe that you can have a positive impact on others. You have to believe that your words can inspire and your actions can move others. You have to believe that what you do counts for something. If you don't, you won't even try. Leadership begins with you. I certainly connect with this principle. It wasn't anything new. I was able to identify past experiences where I felt self-assured, where I felt comfortable, and those were the scenarios that I typically excelled in. Now, in situations where I felt less sure of myself, maybe self-conscious or ill-prepared, I found that those scenarios have proven to be problematic for me. So as a leader, having a solid foundation of who you are and what skills you bring to the table will serve you in such a great capacity as a leader. So that was truth number one. Truth number two is credibility is the foundation of leadership. Leadership begins with you and your belief in yourself. Leadership continues only if other people also believe in you. Now, this is really like a aha moment. Before, I considered myself an army of one, and throughout some of the other things that I've written in this particular capstone course, you're familiar with those, that I've been an independent thinking and independent person for many, many years. And so learning that you've got to have a team of people who not only support you but believe in you is key to being an effective leader. So this particular principle also solidified my new set of leadership ideals that I've adopted throughout this coursework. Truth number 3 is values drive commitment. People want to know your values and belief, what you really care about, and what keeps you awake at night. They want to know what drives you, what makes you happy, and what ticks you off. They want to understand your personal story. They want to know why they ought to be following you. And this again was another aha moment for me, because like I said, you know, I really didn't engage people in a leadership capacity to the point where they knew a lot about me personally. And I actually thought that that was a good thing. And now I realize the error of my ways and how I missed an opportunity to really connect with people and have them see who I really am, and to see my heart. It's important to allow people to see your heart so that they can have a better understanding of who you are and who they are following. Truth number 4 is focusing on the future sets leaders apart. The capacity to imagine and articulate exciting future possibilities is a defining competence of leaders. Leaders are custodians of the future. They are concerned about tomorrow's world and who will inherit it. I think in past positions, that's where one of my strengths did lie. I'm a visionary, you know, without any ego. I'm able to kind of see where we need to go and what the next step is in most situations. So being a visionary has allowed people to get on board with what I've suggested and the things that I've wanted to do, where the personal interaction didn't quite meet up where it should. So you know, I'm solid on principle number 4. Truth number 5 is you can't do it alone. Leaders are here to serve others and not the other way around. Again, you know, I've mentioned already during this particular video how that lesson has truly proven to be a game changer for me. And I'm excited about being able to really inspire and motivate people and then galvanize them to move forward with whatever the mission and the vision is. Truth number 6 is trust rules. Trust rules your personal credibility. Trust rules your ability to get things done. Trust rules your team's cohesiveness. Trust rules your organization's innovativeness and performance. Trust rules your brand image. Trust rules just about everything you do. And that is a very, very true point, and it lends to the piece about interacting with people and letting them know about your personal backstory. And that's how you develop the trust that's necessary to be the type of leader that you need to be. Without a track record, without a background story, without things that bind us, there's really no reason for people to remain loyal to you. So principle number 6 is certainly key to my future as a leader. Number 7 is challenge is the crucible for greatness. The historical leaders whom people admire most always faced and led others through major challenges. Now this is correct, and I consider myself really good under pressure. I work well in crisis situations. It's the day-to-day operations of things that I kind of struggle with. So, you know, and someone can know that they can rely on you in times of trouble, that proves to be a very valuable piece in the leadership arena. If you're falling apart and crying or unsure of what to do, or even let people sense that you're unsure of what to do, then that leadership is eroded. So I'm very strong on principle number 7, and we'll continue on with the final 3. Number 8 is you either lead by example or you don't lead at all. Walk in the talk, practice what you preach, put your money where your mouth is, and follow through on your promises. Now those are of course adages and, you know, cliches that we've heard many times over the years, but no truer words were ever spoken. They all mean the same thing. Your actions had better be consistent with your words. In the final analysis, people believe what you do over what you say. And I'm all about doing what I say, and I hold people accountable to that same thing as well. So when accountability is in place, and all of the preceding things are in place, I think that we're really moving closer to being the type of leader that all of us strive to be, and that's someone who can inspire, motivate, and galvanize people to move forward with the vision. Truth number 9, the best leaders are the best learners. The potential to lead exists in you. If you apply your head, your heart, and your courage, you can learn to lead. I believe that listening is the building block to learning. If you're not able to listen to other people and respect what it is that they're saying and see value in their words, then you can never truly be an effective leader that operates on a really high level. There are so many things that can be learned on all different levels of an organization, and being open to speaking with people in different parts of the organization is what we can do to really expand our knowledge. I learned about that in our course with the coaching and mentoring. My mentor is that type of individual. While I was shadowing him for the day, literally the janitor of our building had made an appointment to meet with the executive that I shadowed, and he told me that he has an open door policy. Anyone can get on his calendar, and the janitor of the building wanted to speak with him, and my boss is over 2,000 people. So that let me know no one is below your time. Everyone deserves a moment of your time, and everyone deserves to learn from you, and you learn from them as well. And lastly, the last principle is leadership is an affair of the heart. Nothing important ever gets done without heart. Purely and simply, exemplary leaders excel at improving performance because they pay great attention to the human heart. My mentor talked to me about making sure that people know that I care about them, that I'm taking the time to learn people individually and to share myself with them. He gave me this quote that I now have adopted. It says, "People don't care what you know until they know how much you care." And so really letting people see my heart and understand who I am and the things that, you know, make me happy, the things that are important to me is going to be the way that I can connect with people on a level, you know, just deeper than them receiving a paycheck. What I'm going to do now is tell you a little bit about some of the courses that I found within the book. In MOL 627, we explored various types of leadership, particularly bad leadership. In week 5 of the course, we identified 7 types of bad leaders within the text. And those bad leaders actually helped me to understand in truth number 3 that values drive commitment. It explains that people follow people whose values, commitments, likes, and dislikes are known and expressed clearly. If negative emotions are present when the leader interacts with the team, they will be unable to truly reach a level of leadership where the team is operating just not on its own agenda, but is considering the agenda of the leader and also the team as a whole. Corporate culture was another concept that I grew exponentially as a leader, I believe. This was in MOL 522. Like I said earlier, I didn't place much value on team bonding, team building, and now I am a total convert to team building and people connecting with each other on a personal level to build the sort of rapport that they need to be able to get the job done that needs to be done. And lastly, the concept of visionary leader was introduced fairly early in the coursework. Was introduced into MOL 626 on a 3rd week's assignment. And through the reference materials that we were assigned to read, I was able to create a vision of the type of leader that I hope to be, you know, as I continue on throughout my track as a leader. And the 10th truth, leadership is an affair of the heart, was evidenced through that coursework. In conclusion, as I read this book, I was reminded of 3 key concepts that I've either developed through the confines of this graduate coursework or just already had and my life beforehand. First, leadership flows from who I am on a level greater than just my skills and education. Leadership requires a constant attention to personal development and growth. And lastly, great leaders never do it alone. So thank you for listening, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to read another great reference material, and hopefully you got a greater insight and a deeper look into my leadership book. Thank you.